Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be working on my 2009 Corolla Turbo S, and I've got a little project that I've been wanting to do, or at least to try and see if I've got something here that will work for it, or if I need to get something different to make it work. So let me show you what I'm up against here. So with my wheels and tires, there's a little bit more, it's sucked in a little bit more than I want it to be. And these wheels are a 35 offset, and in the back they work great. They're very flush, just like I like. I don't like any poke, but they line up nice and flush, as you can see, just perfect with the edge of the wheel. So, but the front is definitely sucked in. So, I mean, you can't see it at all, and you actually have to come out quite a ways before I see the wheel. So I have some, I was looking through some of my stores, and I have some 15 millimeter. I was thinking that 10 would probably be perfect, but I'm going to try these 15 millimeter hub-centric spacers that I have. I actually had a pair of them in the proper 54.1 millimeter bore, so I'm going to give them a try. I need to pop off a wheel, and I need to see if there's enough clearance for the studs on these wheels. I don't know for sure if there is, so that's the first thing I need to check. And if not, then the other option will be to order some extended studs for these and to put those on. But I'm going to go ahead and try these, and if these work, then that'll be perfect, because then I don't have to do anything that I don't have. And I also need to see if this will be what it needs, or if this is a little bit too big. Like I said, initially I was thinking 10 millimeters, so about 2/3 of this. So we'll see what happens. So let me get a jack and jack this up, and we'll see what we got. So the first issue, if you're ever installing spacers and they're 25 millimeters or 1 inch or less, so 25 millimeters is approximately the same as 1 inch. So these studs right here, you have to be able to look at the back of your wheel, and you want to see, let me turn this around here. You want to see if the back of your wheel has these cutouts between your holes for your studs. So if it does, that means that this extra length right here can go ahead and sit within those so that it can be flush. If this is smooth, then it doesn't have a hole here or any kind of dimple, then you couldn't use this unless it was 25 millimeters or bigger. In my case, my wheels have that, so I have no problem using a 15 or 20 millimeter spacer. 15 and 20s come, you can get them with the studs already on them. 10 and less, you have to use longer studs and replace them. When I install spacers, is I always put a little bit of thread lock on the nuts. Not that they'll back off once you torque them, but just a preventative measure. Okay. I always use this. There we go. Okay. Now you're able to kind of see what I was talking about. So these studs right here, they stick out about 10 millimeters beyond the 15 millimeter spacer. So if the back of your wheel was flush, it would only go to where these studs were and it would rock on there. And when you hear these horror stories about spacers, that's one of the problems that people have, is they don't install them properly. If you install these properly and you get a good hub centric, which is right here, this is exact same as the factory hub, exact same right here. And this is made from a billet piece of aluminum, one solid piece of aluminum. Then this is a quality piece and this will work. I've never had a problem with them. Putting them, installing them right, torquing down the bolts, and this right here is no different than the factory hub. So it works a lot. It works every bit as good as getting a secondary wheel, and the problem with getting another wheel is it can be very expensive. Not everybody has thousands of dollars just to lay out on a wheel with a 10 millimeter different offset. And like in my case too, where the offset of the wheels, the back ones are fine. So the front ones would have a different offset, and then I can't rotate them. So, you know, there are times where this works out really, really well. So to torque these, now this is a front wheel drive car. So if you have somebody with you that can hop in and put their foot on the brake, then that's great, but I don't. So what I will normally do is I will use a pry bar like this. Alrighty, so those are all torqued down. Now that those are all torqued down, you can see how it literally becomes one with the hub. It's essentially one giant piece. Okay, so now we'll put the wheel on and see how it fits. Well, I must say, that is pretty dang perfect. Wow. Oh, I like it. Man, that looks absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. No poke whatsoever. I mean, it is lined right up. With the side of the fender. I mean, it is right perfect. I mean, I couldn't have gotten that any more perfect. I was worried the 15 was going to be just a hair too much, but it is not. That is fantastic. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and rinse and repeat for the other side. Same thing that I just did. So, and I will be done. So I'm all done. Got the two 15mm spacers on the front. Couldn't be happier. As you can see, as I kind of move over, it's just perfect. Absolutely perfect. No poke. Lines up beautifully with it. And once again, here's a perfect example of when doing wheel offset won't really work, because 35 offset is perfect in the back. If I go any wider, I rub every time I hit a bump. And then on the front, the 35 offset was still sucked in too much. So I'd have to have 20 offset for the front, and then I couldn't rotate them. So putting the 15mm spacers on the front really solves the problem. Look at that. Absolutely perfect. I love it. And on the right side too. So that's always bugged me on this car. Now, all three of mine I'm happy with. IM is set up that way. You see, as I come into it, it's just lined up perfectly, front and back. Now my 09 Turbo, perfect, perfect, and my GR, perfect. Look at that. And look at the front, and same thing. Perfect. Perfect. Huh. I'm so thrilled. So hopefully this helps show you guys what a great tool these can be when you don't want to change wheels, or just getting a different set is just not the right answer. And in this case, one set of adapters or spacers was the right answer. So anyway, thank you guys. Hopefully that helps you out. If it does, please hit the like button, subscribe, and until next time, we'll see you down the road.